Hooray, I'm live, hooray. Let's see if I can, oh, is it going to be backwards? You guys, is it going to be backwards? Let me see if I can pull it up. It looks like it's backwards. I don't know that it's necessarily going to be a big deal. Welcome to my live. Let me see if I can pull it up over here on my iPad. You guys, I'm out of practice and technology is not being my friend tonight. And I just don't know how that's going to show up. I may have to turn the camera. So bear with me just a minute. You know, like I said, I am out of practice. So hang on. And it just took forever to be able to even get on here. It just kept having to think. All right, let me pull up my YouTube over here on my iPad. Let me make sure the volume's down and pull up my YouTube and see if I can see what you guys are seeing so I can find out for sure if you're going to be able to follow along with me. All right, let me see here. Here I am. There. And okay, here it is. Oh, that isn't going to work good at all. Okay, so hang on. We're going to turn it. We're going to turn it. But is it still going to be backwards? I think it's still going to be backwards, you guys. But I really want you to be able to see what I'm doing well. Okay. Is that going to be okay, you guys? Oh, I don't know if it matters that it's backwards, to be honest with you. But as long as you... that doesn't make much difference, does it? All right. It's fine. We're just going to roll with it, you guys, because I need to get this done. I could have turned the camera around, but I was afraid I would not be able to see. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to see any comments. But anyway, we're just going to roll with it. I hope you guys will forgive me for it being backwards. I don't think I can do anything on here to mirror it. I don't know. Anyway, let's just go with it. What I am doing tonight, welcome into the craft room. I have not disappeared off the face of the earth, but I have been a busy gal working on so many projects for a bridal shower, and I am down to, this is my last big one, and then I have two little added touches I have to add to two that I have, an added touch that I need to add to two different projects that I've already done that I was just waiting. I decided to add a little something else to one of them, and I decided to, I was waiting on a delivery from Amazon for the other. So that came in today. I'm going to wait and do those tomorrow. Because I don't leave for that until I don't need, I can get them finished tomorrow. You guys, I apologize. I'm tired. I'm physically tired and I'm mentally tired because I have been in here almost every night. But what we're going to do tonight, and I apologize this is backwards, but it's not, I promise you it's not really going to matter. What we're going to do tonight is I had decided that I wanted to use a couple books at the bridal shower. I don't know if I'm going to use them for stacking, like to give me some height on different, some of the different projects that I made as a tea party, or the inspiration as a tea party. I'm going to say that. It's kind of Bridgerton meets Alice in Wonderland. So I am trying to like make it a sophisticated kind of Alice in Wonderland, you know. So I went to my local thrift store and I was looking for, I already ordered a Alice in Wonderland book and it's really a beautiful cover. I'm going to use that. That's coming. I don't have that with me yet, but it is gorgeous. But I went looking for some other books that I could use either for stacking or just for display or what. So I tried to theme or wedding theme. Well, you know, I really was hoping I could find like a wedding book. Nope, did not find any books in a ones I went to that had anything at all to do with wedding planning or anything. So, you know, that's online now. But I thought, okay, let me think outside the box. What else would apply to this particular couple? So since it's like a tea party, you know, and we're thinking Alice in Wonderland and I'm thinking a garden. So, you know, they did that Mad Hatter's tea party outside. Well, I'm not using Mad Hatter at all because that's a little too casual. And we need a little more sophistication for this, for the bridal shower. So I thought a garden book. And look what I found. Guys, this was $1 at the thrift store. And it is really nice. I mean, I love the color of the actual hardcover. As it is, it's got really pretty, you guys can't see it. Let's see if I can get the light on it. It's got a really pretty spine. It's got pretty, you know, the engraving in here to talk about it. So it's a garden. I found another book that had to do with marriage. So that I also have already upcycled and personalized, and I've put that aside. I didn't decoupage a bunch. I just put some, I cut up part of the bridal shower. No, the bridal invitation, and put it on there and kind of personalized it that way. And then I put like a quote from 1 Corinthians on there about love. So that one was very easy. I didn't even share that one on here. But this one is going to be more generic. So that's why I thought it might be fun to show you. So what we're going to do is, it's still going to be functional. Now, I don't know if I'm going to leave it out and like maybe find, I was looking through it and it has some gorgeous pictures. And it actually has some actual useful information in here. I am a flower gardener, so I don't know, I may end up taking this back, but it is really, look at that. It is really pretty pictures, and I'm not going to disturb anything on the inside right now. I'm just going to use the outside because I really just wanted the book for display. Okay, so look at that. I mean, how beautiful is that picture? Is it is it upside down for you guys? It is upside down for you guys. It's good. I'm looking at my thing and it looks like it's upside down. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I'm doing today. Anyway, we are just going to work on the outside. So I did not find a lot of other books, but I did find this magazine, 50 cents, and it is a home and garden. And the reason I chose it was because, like I said, this is a tea party theme, right? So look at this. I decided to just look through the pages and say, okay, show me anything that might work for me. Well, I came across, there it is. So a section that had some tea, what I felt like, it's not probably, but I felt like it was like a tea party look. So I have these, you know, these beautiful pictures. Those two absolutely will not go with my color scheme, but guess what? They have these two. So, I mean, if that doesn't give you, I don't know, it just gives me tea party vibes, especially because, you guys, look, I'm going to put, let's see, maybe if I turn it around. It's got the blue and the white, and we do have some teapots showing up here. So I feel like this is a very, it just gives me that vibe. I haven't decided exactly how much of this I'm going to use. Look, we even have a little tea bag over there. We have a croissant, some pears, a little muffin. I mean, the only thing that would make it better would be some cream and maybe a scone. But I just thought this would be really fun to use on the outside. So the blue works perfectly, and then also the green does. I'm going to put this magazine up because I don't need anything else out of it right now, because I'm not going to go like overboard. But I do want some elements. Now this I liked because look at all that. Look at the green. Now I'm not going to use that. That's bamboo. That's a little bit too Asian inspired for me. And I'm not looking for that. I don't want to mix the, you know, the different, I say cultures. I don't know if that's the right word. But I do like this. And I like that there's green here. So I may just use a little bit of this one. And then a little bit of this one. But what we're going to start with, I'm going to set this aside until we cut it out because I have an idea. I don't have a blueprint. So I also have this. I have bought a printable off of Etsy, and I have several different, you guys, I didn't even think about it being upside down. A printable off of Etsy, and it has a bunch of different Alice in Wonderland prints and you know, awesome graphics and things like that. And I think I'm going to use this on there as well. And look how it's like the grayish, you know, grayish color. I think that's going to work well. So I'm going to put that to the side. We're going to use that as well. But then check this out. So I found these beautiful napkins, and you're not going to believe it. They were at the Dollar Tree. But look at the garden themed napkins. I love these. They have purple in it. Our colors are purple and green and a blue. Now it doesn't include any coral, so that kind of goes against it. But I think for this purpose, I think it's going to be okay. And if it really, really bothers me, guess what? I can take my chalk marker and go over that and make it a different color. So I'm not really worried about it. It has all the pretty colors. But what I need to decide is, and maybe you guys can help me with this. This is the part. Is look, they also had this one. These were Dollar Tree, you guys. It was a package of them. And look at the shape of this one. I love the shape of this one. And I'm really leaning towards this just because of the shape, but I feel like this is nice because it has the light blue in the background. So I'm really not sure which one would be better. What do you guys think? Which one do you think you would want to use? Would you want this one? And if I did, I wouldn't even use the whole napkin. I would probably maybe even take it, like in half, just use half of it. And I could do it from either side, like one of these sides, and just do half of it just to make it, I mean, look how that just makes it kind of a little more feminine since it's a bridal shower. What do you guys think? The one that's already cut out in a shape, or would you go with the one that was just had the pretty blue background? That's really the difference between the two of them that I noticed. What do you guys think? If you let me know in comments. If you don't, then that's fine. I did hop on here impromptu. I didn't give a lot of notice on my page on Facebook or in my Telegram. And I haven't been going live, you guys. Just honestly, I just have not been going live. I really feel like I like this one. So now if I'm going to do this one, we'll save this one. And I feel like the orange on this one is much more bright. I feel like I can probably work with these a little bit better to tone them down. And you guys, I even have some, I could probably even use some of my three-dimensional butterflies, like to cover that up if I wanted to. All right, I'm going to put this one aside, but they are fabulous. I did want to share them with you. And look, there's 14 of those. How pretty would that be for spring or for Easter? That's from the Dollar Tree. Isn't that nice? And then let's see how many's in this pack. 16 in this one, you guys. They're great. Grab this kind of stuff when you see it. They're perfect for projects. You never know where you're going to use them. Okay, so what we're going to do to get started, we are going to take it down to 1 ply, which I've already kind of sort of done. It helped me do that. I personally like to use the method of decoupaging with dry and then ironing it. And that way, like these creases that you're seeing in here, I won't have to worry about that. But I also won't have to worry about the paper, the napkin tearing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and apply some of the decoupage to the front. But let's get an idea of our layout. So I'm going to lay this here. I'm just going to do the half. I feel like that is going to look so pretty right there. I think like that. And then we'll cut off these sides. But just from the edge, doesn't that look so pretty? I love that. Let me know if you guys like that. I'm going to do that there. And then we need to figure out, maybe I won't even, look, these, well, we're using lilac. And there's some purple, but I don't know. That might compete too much. Gosh, I don't know. I might just stick with the flower. Maybe I just... Dang, I really wanted to be able to use these to get the idea of a tea party, but maybe that's just too much. I do like that green one though too. Maybe it competes too much. What do you guys think? Maybe I just do the napkin. I do like these. I do like those a lot, but I'm just not sure how it's going to go with this napkin. When I saw the napkin, I was like, I don't know. That's perfect, Susan. And I feel like it just screams tea party to me. Maybe we don't need to be so overt. It is, I'm not going to cover the spine because I want you to be able to read that it is a garden book. So I am going to do that. So we definitely will need to put all of the Mod Podge over here. And then I also have another one this one says Wonderland. I don't know if I like how that looks with that, you guys. I have some others that might be a little bit better. Some of them are kind of creepy looking. Some of the Alice's are creepy looking. But you know what we could do is I could either use, let's see, do we have one that would, I don't want to do that one, I don't think, because that flower, that is more like a rose or a peony, and that competes with those flowers, so it doesn't go to me. So I could do that one. Or I don't even think I like that with it. Do I like that with it? Because I could just cut that part out of the, from the Alice in Wonderland. I could just cut that part out. Ooh, that's pretty. But I feel like that's competing too much too. Does that complement enough? I don't know. That one's got the Mad Hatters. I don't think I like that. You guys, it's not always easy, this creative process. Sometimes you just have to start doing it and then see what happens. I also have my little rabbit over here. I don't know. Maybe I have done rabbits a lot with the decor, so maybe I don't need to add any of these on here. Maybe I just decoupage the napkin. Keep it simple. I'm not good at doing that. Usually it's like, okay, how much more can I fit in the place? So why don't I'm going to start with just doing the napkin, and I'm going to see how I feel about it. Maybe sleep on it tonight, and then come back and look at it tomorrow and see if I need to add anything else to it. Even I could maybe just add some of, like I was saying, I thought I was going to use all that stuff. You know, it's 50 cents. I'll use those for another purpose. It's fine. It's fine. No worries. Okay, let me get this going, because we're going to just do this right quick. So hopefully I'm not going to be up all night long. I have several appointments tomorrow, and I have a lot to get done. So I don't want to be too late. But let me just have an idea. I'm going to take one of my little pencils or something. Let me see. I think I have a little marker that I could use, a little chalk marker that would disappear after I got done, to just kind of mark where I'm gonna, how far out I need to. Just gonna kind of, because this is just a chalk marker, how far out I need to go with my Mod Podge, just as an idea, just to keep me close to it, because I can always work on the edges. So I really like to use the dry method for the Mod Podge. I don't know about you guys. Okay, there we go. That'll help me have an idea where I need to put the Mod Podge, and then we'll get our thing going. So let me go ahead and put, you guys, I use one of those makeup things. This is from the Dollar Tree. I use one of those makeup, it's for makeup somehow. I don't even know how you would use it with makeup, but that's what it is. And I use that for my Mod Podge because it's so easy to clean off. And then you don't have, you know, if you're using a foam brush or a paintbrush, you have to make sure you get it clean right away, or else then it gets all hard and then you really kind of can't use it. And I at one point have one of those, special brushes for Mod Podge, and even that one I had trouble with. So I want a generous portion, but I don't need it super thick, because this is just one napkin. It's a 1-ply. Most napkins are 2-ply, or if they're cheap, or 3-ply if they're really nice. So I am going to go here in this little bit of a, I think I'm going to go all the way to that. And just pull that over. Because I like to get the wrinkles out, and I don't like it to tear. I'm not going for a shabby chic look. If I was going for a shabby chic look, it wouldn't matter if it was torn, because that kind of adds to the charm of it, but that's not what I'm going for with this one. And look, this is nice and flexible. I can just do this as well. So I hope everyone is doing all right. It has been such a long time since I've been live, and I have just been so busy, but the way it's been working with this is the first time I've done this many projects for one particular like event, and it's been a lot of work, you know, to from curating all of the items at the thrift stores and Hobby Lobby and Michael's and Dollar Tree and wherever I could think I needed to find something, looking in my own stash, that kind of stuff, to, you know, researching ideas and trying to figure out how to make them my own, and then the actual creation. I haven't counted how many projects I've gotten done, but I would venture to say it's close to 10, and everything has been handmade from scratch by me. So it's just taking what I've gotten and just, you know, going for it and trying to come up with an idea and a theme, with the theme in mind. So theme and color, you know, and things like that. So yeah, it's been a lot of work, but it's a labor of love, and anytime you can do something handmade, I think it just adds an extra element. I didn't have to do this. It was just one of those things I just really, in my heart, I wanted to do it to make it a little more magical and a little more special. It's already going to be fantastic. I know even if I did nothing, it would have been fantastic. But I just feel like this adds a little personalized touch to it. All right, I think that's probably plenty of Mod Podge. So we're just going to see how easy that is when you have one of those guys. Just going to put that back on there, and I will wash that off after I finish up. Okay, so got the Mod Podge going. I'm going to hit it with the dryer, and I am going to kind of wipe off this. I have a little bit here on the edges. And if you're catching me for the first time, I'd love for you to let me know where you're watching from. It's so much more fun to craft with friends, especially when you're in the craft room at almost midnight. I'm in North Carolina, so it's almost midnight here when I'm doing this live. But I am a night owl, so sometimes I get my best work done later at night. I don't usually go live this late, but I know there's a lot of people that are out there like me that might be looking for something to check out. See how easy? Look at that's drying pretty quickly. I'm going to take that off for a second and then just wipe this section here. So it'll only go as far as I have my Mod Podge. Oh, thank you, Mark. All right. Okay, now, like I said, I've already got it down to 1 ply on half of it. I'm just going to make sure with my little, where'd it go? I have a little paper towel, just like if there's any other like really big gloppy sections that need to go. There we go. Okay, so I am going to take some scissors. I'm going to get a better pair of scissors than that. I have those, but I don't think they're going to cut as well. I have some right up here. And I'm just going to cut it right down here, right where the seam is. My poor dog keeps coming back here like, Mom, it's time for bed. Why are you still in here? I have not cuddled with her at all tonight, and she's not liking it. I have not sat down all day today except to eat and drive. I had to drive. So she's not happy about it that I have not sat down really at home except to eat. Now I'm going to save that, obviously. Okay, and so this is why I like this. So you see all those wrinkles, right? So what I'm going to do next, before we get further, is I'm going to get my handy dandy. That was my handy dandy little blow dryer for the craft room that I got at a thrift store one year for like $3. The best. I think it was a little travel blow dryer. It's the best $3 I think I've ever spent. And this is my handy dandy little travel iron. So this is what I use in the craft room. So make sure you have no water in there. Let me get it plugged in. Oh, I've got a lot of stuff plugged in. I need to unplug something. You want to make sure there's no water in it, and then we'll put it on our highest setting. Go ahead and turn it on the highest setting. Okay, and I use this for heat setting with ink projects, with vinyl, with the Mod Podge. Okay, the other thing we need is a piece of parchment paper. Okay, so just grab you some parchment paper. And then the best part about this, in my opinion, is that now I can manipulate it without, I didn't cut it straight. Is that going to bother me? Probably will. So we're going to need to touch that up. Where did I put them? There they are. Gosh, how do you lose them when they're right on the desk? because you're sleep deprived. That's how. Okay. I am going to try to get this a little closer to not having a notch in it. So I can at least looks like it's straight, even if it's not. Okay. And the best part about it, I think, is that now you can set it down here. And I may take a bead of, or take a, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll do something with some beads in there. I'll put some glue in there and add some. I have these little seed beads. I've used it on several other projects. So it kind of ties everything together. Have you ever gotten these? I don't even know. It's so many that come in it. And I've done it on some of the other projects. So that might be fun if I do a bead of glue in there. See how I'm saying that once you start creating, a lot of times that's when the project comes together. All right, so I'm going to set this here where I want it, and then I can do all this and not have to worry about it tearing. And then I'm just going to take my piece of parchment paper over top of it. And basically what I'm doing at this point is reactivating the glue. So it's dry, so I can, you know, play around with my napkin and place whatever, whether you're using a napkin or tissue paper. You can do the same thing with fabric or cardstock. But you can manipulate it and do whatever you need to do. And then when you're ready, you iron it with the parchment paper over top of it, and it just reactivates your heat. So if you have not done that before, I like it because it usually helps me get all of the wrinkles out of the napkin. And if you'll notice, I start in the middle and I pull outwards, wherever direction, like, you know, going down and out or just out. But I start in the middle so that way it will hopefully be the least amount of wrinkles as possible. If you don't mind the wrinkles, sometimes the wrinkles add to the look that you're trying to go for. So, you know, it's okay if you do it with the wet Mod Podge. I just prefer to do it this way. And it really does not take a lot. Just make sure you get on the edges. And if not, go back with the Mod Podge and we'll touch up those edges so that they don't come off. Now I'm going to turn this iron off so I do not burn myself. Put that over there. And then I'll show you, see how that just adds a little fun element to it. I can tell I'll probably have to go over this just a little bit. And what I'm going to do, you know how I told you I needed to wash that off? I'm going to get one of my little tiny small paintbrushes and just pull the Mod Podge that's already on here. I don't know about you guys, but I try not to waste anything. And we'll just kind of go over the edges. And then that'll just dry on its own and it'll seal it in, but also kind of hold it down. I'm just going to pull all this off of here. And then if I need more, I'll go into the jar. But see, I'm just going to touch up the edges because, you know, I don't know what's going to happen to this. It's going to get beat up a little bit. I don't know what I might put something on top of it. Like I said, so it is a good idea to go around the edges just in case you didn't get them all. And see, I don't like that is uneven, so I'm going to probably take my little X-Acto knife to that. Would that bother you? Some people, it wouldn't bother them at all. And this is going to, you know, Mod Podge dries clear, so you don't have to worry about it. But don't manipulate the napkin too much because it's just one ply. And like I said, these are Dollar Tree, so it's not like they're the highest quality. But, I mean, you can't beat this cute little look for 16 napkins for $1.25. Okay, let's just, don't need to go too far out. And I have a feeling I'm going to embellish this a little more. I think I'm going to go over the orange a little bit because I don't have anything else that has orange in it. In the decor, there's nothing else in the decorations that the mother of the bride is providing and anything that I've created. So we don't want to throw another color into the mix if you don't have to. And you can just, like I said, I have, I can use a chalk marker. I have chalk markers that are all different colors. So I'll probably look at it and try to see which color will do that. Go. See, super easy. Okay. So with this over here, we're going to try to get rid of that stuff. A little bit extra. Now, normally what I would do is I would take a sanding block or a piece of sandpaper and get that off of there. However, since it is a book, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if I can cut it really close. And see, we're not altering the book at all. It's really not hurting it. I don't keep the when I get a hardback book, the first thing I do is take the cover off of it. Or what's it called? A book jacket. I have never liked those. Okay. Let me come at it at a different angle. Can you guys see that okay? I hope that the lighting's all right. I don't like book jackets. So I take them off right away. And so this does not compromise the integrity of the book. It's not going to hurt it. It actually just actually makes it pretty. I don't know why I'm keeping that, because I'm sure I'm not going to do a project with it, but that's what crafters do. And I love these little, if you haven't seen these little scissors, they're from Walmart and they're in their embroidery section. And I just loved them because they were so pretty. I'll show them to you up close in a minute. I loved them because they were so pretty and cute, but they also are very sharp. So they look like kind of like a peacock is what it reminds me of. Maybe a crane, I don't know. But they're really pretty and nice and long, a nice long blade. And I'll see what I'll probably do on that, because it does still have a little bit that bothers me, is now I'll just take a little emery board, and I won't take the really hard side of the emery board. I'll do the softer side. And I'll just kind of come and make sure I soften that. Get any other extras so it doesn't look weird. And then let's see. I might have to hit that with a little bit of Mod Podge too. Their emery boards are really good for like the little small areas too. Okay. So let's hit that with just a little bit of Mod Podge, just to kind of hold it down. And look how that just transforms the book. Just makes it a little more pretty. So I'm going to add, it's kind of cool. It looks like a little envelope or purse. I'm probably going to add some more. Whether I'm going to use Crystal Effects, or I might use some glitter glue, or I might use some, I'm trying to think what else I might use. Right now, I think what I'm going to do is take my ruler and my X-Acto knife. Sorry guys, I keep having to lean over and get, these are all things I didn't know I was going to do. Ooh, you know what? I wonder if that, this is so cool. I could do this. Have you guys, look, it's one of these like, it reminds me of what you would use for a pie crust. And I don't know if that's what it's from or not. But I also have a metal ruler somewhere so that I can really, where's the metal ruler? As I said, it evolves as you're working on it. So sometimes you have all of your supply. I mean, at least I have it in this room. Sometimes you have all your supply right next to you, and sometimes you don't. Where did that guy go? I just had it the other day. That's what's funny, is I had it the other day. I was looking for something, and I thought I had one thing, and it wasn't. It was something else, and I was like, oh, well, that's that metal ruler. I forgot I even had that. Dang, where is it? Of course, I didn't put it back where I found it, so now it's not there. Okay, I have another ruler. We could just try this one. Let's try and see if this will work. I'm going to put this right here along the line, just to try to see if I can clean it up a little bit, since I didn't cut it all the way. I originally thought I was going to go all the way to the end, and then I was like, maybe not. Maybe not. All right, so here we go. Make sure, because I can't see, so I'm going to make sure, because this will be, I wouldn't mind if it looked like scalloped. Since it's scalloped on the other side, that would be kind of cool actually, right? Is it gonna work? Oh, I don't know, it might looks like it's just perforating it. I don't know if it's gonna actually tear it or cut it. was just thinking it might work kind of like a pinking sheer would, you know? It's okay. We'll just play with it and see what happens. Yes, no, maybe so. Let's see. No, it's not working. I don't think it's sharp enough. I think it just makes it like a perforated. That's okay. We can do something different. I wish I remember where I put that metal ruler. I just had it the other day and I have never used it. It's been in my stash, down with all my tools forever and a day. I don't think I've ever used it. So I'm just going to really slowly and not apply too much pressure, but just use this X-Acto knife to pull this off. Okay, see, if I needed to, I could, well, dang, that's not even pulling. Come on now. I can feel it like, I don't want it to tear. There we go. I could use like a watercolor pencil, marker, you know, like the wet. There we go. There's some of it. Let's see what happens. I don't want it to tear past. I'll hold that there. There we go. Well, thankfully that worked. That worked. It didn't destroy. It's going to bug me about that ruler now. I'm going to have to find it. Okay, so we have that. So now what I'm going to do is I don't have my stick fast. I put that in the other, that's out in the other room so I can use it there. So I'm just going to use, I feel like E6000 is going to be overkill. And I don't really need, I definitely don't need, I don't want to use the reptile glue. I'm afraid it won't be enough. Let's just use this tacky glue. Where's that? Oh, I have some right there too. See if this is going to come out. I'd have to poke it. It's been a while since I've used this bottle. No, that's good. I just gotta. So I'm going to put a bead of glue right down here. Now this is the fun part, you know, dressing it up. You just do whatever you want to do. But ultimately, like I said, I'm going to use this as a, you know, kind of like a riser, basically as a prop, because I've done this really huge teacup with a whole diorama on top, for lack of a better word. Okay, so this is the messy part. It's almost like working with glitter, you guys. Have a piece of paper is probably a good idea. Probably need something bigger than that, but it's going to be fine. And then I'm going to use some of these. I don't remember where I got these from. I have had them so long, but look how many are in there. Look how many are in there. And then let me show you what I used to scoop them out. You're going to love this. Look at this. Have you ever gone to the ice cream, to like an ice cream store, and they let you have samples? Maybe ice cream or gelato or something like that, and they let you have samples. I saved a little spoon, cleaned it up, and I've got it in the craft room. You know, we crafters do not waste anything. Oh, I got it right in the light. So I'm just going to put this here. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to let it sit. That's what I had to do with one of the other projects I was doing. I'm going to have to let it sit overnight and, you know, kind of really attach. And I'll just kind of press it down, but I'll just load in. Now, like I said, you're going to get a mess, but it's okay. It's not hard to clean up. You'll still I'll probably still be finding some of these in a month or so, just like glitter, but it's okay. I've used them on several different projects, so it just kind of ties everything together. And look how that kind of makes it. I'm going to move it up closer so you can see. Look at how it just kind of gives it an added little something. Oh, you guys, I wish the lighting was coming up better. Let's see. I don't know why my light's so bad in here tonight. I have one overhead and right there, and I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys can see it. You get the idea anyway? Okay. So you got to kind of, you know, press it in a little bit. And if you wanted, you really could, like that's a clear tacky glue. You could even, look, if you were really good, you just pick this stuff up and reuse it. You can even go over top of it after I get done. And I got my little, what I have in my little seam here. I could go back over top of it with the tacky glue again, just to kind of seal it into place. So I may do that. And then figure out what I'm going to do to embellish, what else I'm going to do to embellish. But for $1 for the book and $1.25 for the whole pack of napkins, I already had these beads and the glue and the Mod Podge. So really, this was a very inexpensive project. And anything else that I used to embellish it with, I'm already going to have in my set. I'm going to look around and see what I have that would look good. And pretty easy and inexpensive. And you can go as big or as little as you want with the embellishments. Like I said, I had that magazine and I really thought I was going to use those, but I'm not sure if I like it. I feel like it might be a little too much. If I was doing a junk journal or something like that, it would make sense, but I feel like maybe it's going to make it look a little too busy and not as sophisticated if I add too many things to it. So it's just a little something to dress it up. And like I said, I have one book that is Alice in Wonderland, and it's a beautiful, it already had a beautiful cover. And I have another book that is like about marriage, and then that I've already personalized, and then maybe I need to add some of these to that too. I don't know. That might be a good idea to add some of these little gems. And these gems just pick up all I love it because they have a little purple, a little bit of green, a little bit of iridescent. They pick up a little bit of whatever's around it. I love that. Oh goodness. And that's the colors that I need to work with. So I don't know. There we go. I think that's enough. I think that's enough in there, and I'm going to put a layer of glue over top of it. Let's see if I can get it so you guys can see it. Can you see them in there? Can you see how pretty that's going to be? I hope you can. I'm going to put a layer of glue over top. This is just clear tacky glue, just to kind of hold it in there a little bit more. And I may even come around here with my paint pen, like a silver paint pen, or I could do it in blue, just to kind of outline the scallop. Oh my goodness, come on. Just to outline the scallop. I'm just gonna put a whole nother layer on top and hope it'll settle in between the cracks. Kind of seal it. Hold them in place. It's funny because it's grabbing some of them right now. So let me know if you like this idea, what you think. I would love your opinion. And if you like it, if you'll just hit that little thumbs up, it gets it out into the world a little bit more. And who knows, maybe somebody might be inspired by this. So let me see if I can grab one of mine. I do have, oh, I know what else I was going to add on there. You guys, I grabbed these. This is from Hobby Lobby. And as you can see, it's got all different sayings that have to do with love. and marriage and things like that. So that was what else I was going to use on here. Now see, that actually, happily ever after, it goes with it. It matches it with the little bit of orange, but I just don't know if I should add any more orange in there. But I was going to pull off one of these, and I think that would be fun. I could even put it here. What was the one I wanted to use? This day I married my best friend. This is for the bridal shower, so I don't think I want to use that one. I think I like that one. Love begins in a moment, grows over time, and lasts for eternity. I think that's the one that I like the best. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what we're going to use. So let me see where I want to put that. That was the other item I wanted to put on here. I'm going to get my chalk marker too, because this heart is pink and the bride does not like pink at all. And not only that, and these are just stickers. And not only that, let's see, make sure wouldn't it be funny if I had done all that on the back? I wouldn't put it past me. Let's see. I feel like, I mean, I could, should I put it, I wonder if I should put it there or if I should put it over here in the spine. I don't know. That's a very big area that's wide open asking for something, isn't it? I feel like it needs to go there. I'm really surprised. I thought I was going to cover so much more of this, but I love this color. It is a gray, but to me it has a little bit of purple tone undertones in it. All right, let's see if I can. I have absolutely no nails, so this is a little bit more difficult. So let's see. Pull this off. Now I also have some rub. I thought I had tore it. I also have some rub on things. I use that on the other book. So I think put one on an angle. I like things on an angle. Angle or straight? I like it on an angle. There we go. All right, so I'm going to get a paint pen and go over that pink heart and make it blue, I think, because the blue is more of the color. And actually there's gray in the wedding as well. So that gray kind of, see how I'm just like trying to make it more customized to what they're doing. I'm going to get my chalk marker though and see if because I don't think I need a paint pen for the napkin. I don't think I need a paint pen for that. I think. See, I'm looking for chalk markers for that because it won't need as much. I mean, I don't know. You probably could even use. Now I have a whole pack of chalk markers in every color. I don't know if you've ever heard of that kind. It's called Doodle chalk marker. Dottie, not Doodle, Dottie chalk marker. And so it looks like a paint pen, but it's not. It's a chalk marker. So I could even go around. Let me see here. What do I want to do? We have some blue in there, but I just want to see. I'm going to play over here in this little spot where you can't even really. I'm just curious how the napkin's going to soak it in. Because you know it is. It's going to soak it in a little bit. See how it does. So basically at this point, you're just coloring. It's like coloring in the lines. And I think, you know, even though the orange is under there, it's going to show a little bit because it is a chalk marker. But I'm not thinking it's going to really, you know, ruin it or anything, make it. That's not bad. think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to color these in this chalk marker. I'm going to use mainly blue. I want to see what this purple looks like on some of this though too, because we have the lavender and we have that purple there. You guys, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, is that, it's kind of looking upside down, like the napkin is upside down, but I hope I'll be the only person that'll notice that. Let's hope, because everything, I just looked at it and it is, but maybe, you know what, I can't do anything about it now. It does. It looks like the napkin is upside down, but I had to do it that way. It's going to be fine, right? It's going to be fine. Nobody's going to pay that much attention to it like I do. Oh gosh, you guys. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Let's see what happens with this guy. Ooh, that one really bleeds. Look at that. Now over here it didn't bleed as much. Wonder why that one's bleeding so much. I guess it's okay. Look at that. Ooh, I barely touched it. Did you see that? And it went. That's making it very pink. And she does not like pink. So I don't want to mess with pink. So we're probably not going to use that. I think we're just going to keep blues. Let's see what happens if I add blue to it. 2. All right. So I won't bore you guys with that part of it, but I'm thinking I'm going to do silver on the outside, and I think I'm going to use a silver paint pen for the outside of that. We'll do a silver paint pen there. I'm going to get a blue paint pen for the heart, and then I think I'm going to let it ruminate overnight until I decide what I want to do. Because I'm afraid if I mess with it too much, I'm going to not be happy with it being so late. I'm going to see. Okay, so I have what is this one? Let's see how that's, I think I'm going to like that there. Yeah, we're just going to outline. This is just one of those Michaels one, Craft Smart. It's not my favorite. When I do hand lettering and stuff, I use a Posca, but for these kind of projects and stuff, I don't mind using the ones that aren't as good. These aren't as nice, but I think it'll get the job done. And it's like, it's a silver. It's a metallic. And I'm not even trying to get it like super dark, but I would like it to show up. This one's not even showing up. There we go. Now we got it. It's just a little touch. And you can make it as wide or as narrow as you want. And remember, just what I want to encourage you, and the reason why I come on and share ideas is because I really want to inspire people to like try things that they might not have thought of trying before. You know, I don't always have an original idea. I might be inspired by someone else and I come on and show my version of it. But just to inspire you to try something creative. Think outside the box, or, you know, try something you haven't tried before. You never know. It might be your new favorite thing. And to me, when you make it by hand, when you do things by hand and you give things that you've handmade, number one, it's not supposed to look like it came off an assembly line. It is supposed to have some imperfections. And to me, that's what makes it special. And, you know, you're pouring your love and your care into the project you're making. It's like there's a little piece of you in each project. So don't be afraid to do that. I think we do that less and less. And really, the fun part, the joy is in the creating. So try not to let perfection. And I had to teach myself that because I am very much a perfectionist and want things to be just so. But I had to try to let some of that go when it comes to my art and my creativity, because otherwise you'll just feel like you're never quite, you know, getting it perfect, because it's not going to be perfect, but it's okay. Now see, I don't even know if you can tell I did that or not from that vantage point, but it just gave it a little bit more of a, you know, definition. And I'm going to see, hopefully this blue works on the heart. I had to use paint because it is a sticker. So we're going to see and hope that it will do it to cover up the pink. And I'm sure I'm definitely going to have to let it sit, because if I move it around, it's gonna, I'm gonna fill that all in. If I move it around, it's going to like run off because it's plastic basically. It's very slick. And I didn't use anything like gesso or anything like that to prepare it. So we're just gonna hope for the best. Why do you know what I might do, you guys? Throw some beads on it. I wonder if they would stick because it's wet. That definitely covered it. I wonder if that would work. You guys, I am so extra. I cannot help it. I always go a little further. See, all these little guys that are loose, loosey-goosey. I'm just gonna, I don't know whether they will or not. They might fall right off there tomorrow and I'll have to paint it again, but that's okay. I have one more day to play before I have to. So whatever happens tonight, if I have to fix it tomorrow, I can. Try not to touch it, but I can feel them all underneath this. Do you guys see what I'm doing? I'm just taking some of those same beads and we're gonna throw them on the heart. So I won't stay on here and do the whole napkin with you of coloring. Oh, like I said, this may not work. I'm going to do the rest of that, but I appreciate you guys hopping on here with me. I hope that you like some of these ideas I share with you. I hope it inspires you. If it does, I hope you'll let me know in comments, because I would love to hear that you tried something. But I'm going to let you go, and yeah, I don't know if I'm going to like that or not. We're going to try it. I'm going to see how I feel about it in the morning. I can always redo it. All right, I'm going to let you go. Here you go. I'm going to put it up closer so you can get an idea of what's happened so far that you cannot see. And I don't know what the heck has happened with my lighting. There you go. I hate that you can't see this upside down. So that's what I got. That was super easy, super inexpensive, and super fun. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you'll come back and check out what's going on the channel or watch some of my older videos. I have a variety of ideas on there for you, creative ideas. And as always, I hope that until I see you next time, you'll be safe, you'll be healthy, you'll be blessed, and you'll be so inspired. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.